This is Adam Scott Wamp, professor and technologist from John Jay College of Criminal Justice. I've always known that if I can get my hands on one of these big Wacom tablets, especially the Cintiq type with the screen built into it, that I could do some pretty special stuff for my students. I've always wanted to research and develop new and creative ways to use one of these large tablets in the classroom and with my students, especially my online and hybrid classes. So when I got the opportunity to get myself a 24-inch HD touch display panel, the Cintiq model, I definitely jumped right for it. So when I opened my office door and found it sitting in my office, I was quite surprised how large the actual box was. So we're going to get together some members of the team to unbox this and set it up on the desk, and then we're going to start to take a look at its functions and what it could do. Well, this thing was just a monster to get out of the box, but Wacom made it pretty easy. As you saw, there were just 4 plastic tabs on the bottom of the box that once you remove, the box basically pulled apart fairly easily. I did not expect this to be so large, and what I'm going to have to do now is find a place for it on my desk, even just temporarily. So I'm going to try to find a place for it on my desk, and then we are going to hook it up and do some videos. I'm going to be doing a video series for academics to show them how they could use a device like this with students and in higher education. And I'm looking forward to putting together that video series because I think that a tablet like this has a lot of potential. So if you look at the back of the device, it looks like we have a DVI out cable, USB 2 cable, and some sort of control cable, some sort of universal adapter or control cable. And let's go take a look to see what's in the box, to see what accessories we have to use with the Wacom tablet. This is the insert that came in the master box, and if we open it up, we could see that it comes with a standard power cable. This is a DVI to VGA adapter, which is the case all you have is VGA. Looks like a primary power pack. And it looks like this plugs into what I said was the universal adapter on the back of the Wacom. It was obviously for the power. And also in the box is a second universal power cable, which is a standard computer or monitor power cable. Also have a CD with some directions. We have some metal components, some washers, some screws. Over on this side, this would obviously be our Wacom pen. It's kind of odd the pen comes so cheaply wrapped up. All the other Wacom tablets I've purchased that are less expensive, the box comes in a nice presentation box. I'm quite surprised not to see one. But it does come with Wacom's traditional pen stand that the pen does go into, like so. Before I put the Wacom tablet in place, I want to show you how it's controlled, because if you don't know, it might take you by surprise. The tilting of the Wacom tablets are done by these 4 bars right here, the pull bars. You can pull them on each side and tilt the Wacom tablet to whatever degree you want to work with. So if you want to stand directly above it at 90 degrees and look down, you could. But if you want to bring it down to something a little more manageable or workable, you could bring it down to a nice 45-degree angle. There's a second piece of equipment in the back right over here. And if you pull this bar, you unlock the arms, which would allow you to adjust the actual angles of the arms itself. So with both access and movement, you could bring this down even below the desk, so that if you're working with it, you could bring the bottom of the tablet down below the desk line, so that you're kind of working at it at almost the same level you might be working with your desk at or drawing with. You could even flatten it out so that you could be drawing with your pen at almost traditional drawing angles. And that's one of the really great things about this unit, and it's why it's so heavy. It has to be able to support the monitor at many different angles. So let's just go set this up, and hopefully I have an extra DVI out in the back of my computer, which we're going to go find out. I think I do. And we're going to get this plugged in and set up. So the Wacom tablet came with 2 CDs for setup. But like always, I go right to the support website of the company, and I download the latest version of the software and the drivers. It took me about 5 minutes to get to the Wacom website. I went to support, went to drivers, and then I found my product, which is the 24HD touch model, and I just clicked download for Mac. Also, we plugged in the tablet, and the first thing it's asking me to do is to set up and calibrate the pen. So let's do that now. And now it's launching another screen, and I'm just going to hit calibrate again. And now it wants me to touch the center of each circle with the pen as it appears. And now it says calibration complete, and for me to move around the screen and try it out. I should also be able to use my finger because this is the touch model. And you see that works too. And we've calibrated it correctly, so I'm just going to hit OK. Now I'm going to close out of my options. Being that this is the touch model, I should just be able to use my finger. So I'm going to start to experiment with this tablet and what I could do with it for classes. I've downloaded Sketchbook Express from the App Store, and I'm going to start exploring what I could do to create new learning materials for my students. So I'm kind of playing with this for the first time, and I'm going to go to the color selector and select red. And it's on the pencil. That's good. Let's just sign my name and see how it comes out. That's pretty good for my handwriting. Let me undo that and let me try something a little more. I'm going to change the color to black, see how that looks, and I'm also going to change it to a thicker pen, ballpoint pen it looks like. One of the reasons why I really like these tablets, and that's really cool, just erases right off of it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be making up a series of network tutorials, computer network tutorials. That will be my first project. And I think that I'll be able to do a pretty good job using the Sketchbook Express and the Wacom tablet. I'll leave at the end of this video a link for you to click to get to the podcast after I'm done making it. Well, it took us a while to get it unboxed, set up, and to start to play with it. We found that it wasn't working leaving the Wacom tablet in the front of my desk. It just took up too much desk real estate, so we reorganized the entire back of my desk to set it up there, where we will be doing some experimenting, research, and development with it to really try to figure out how we could use this to come up with new models to educate our students. I hope that you found this podcast of the unboxing useful. It will be part of a series where I examine what software and pedagogical techniques could be used with these tablets to really enhance education. My name is Adam Scott Want, professor and technologist from John Jay College of Criminal Justice. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. Please, if you like them, subscribe or like it so that you can see more of them when they come out. Have a good day.